Hi guys, let's see. We're about there. That thing never looks like it's going to. We go through that all the time, so that's what it is. We have a lot of stuff. Oh, welcome to Friggin' Jeep. If you're new here, my name is John, and I am the illustrious leader of this madhouse mess. I don't know. Oh, don't have the right hat on. Anyhow, yesterday I wanted to make a video because I didn't have one. Guess by now you know that because this is going on tonight. And I don't have any booked ahead. It was I don't know what you call it. It was a heavy sprinkle all day with spits of, I wouldn't call it snow, but it was frozen precipitation. But it was a mess out here, and I had to get up wood. So we're going to take you down there and show you the wood lineup I got, show you the wood consumption, show you some of the stuff I do around here. I'm still working on these brackets, which I'm coming along. I hope to finish the bracketry up today. I got a little more welding to do that I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. What else I got going on? I got to put stuff away. They're talking for snow coming in on Saturday and Sunday, which is great because the more they talk about the snow, the less we'll get. And so I think I asked you once what was a snowstorm to you. I did that a while back, but the news crews to me are the biggest people of fake news. Every now and then they get it right though, but I don't think they get it any more right than they did when I was a kid. You know, let's say 60 years ago, you know, they forecasted snow and they'd hit it 50% of the time, but now they got billions and billions of dollars worth of equipment up in the sky to help them, and they don't hit it much better now than they did before. They got computers that'll analyze this and analyze that, and I kind of don't know if they've spent their money wisely in that aspect, but I don't really care. The more they talk about what I see that talking about the news, I think they're in cahoots with the grocery stores and gas stations, because the more they predict, you'll see lines at the gas stations and lines at the grocery store hoarding up, and then you'll find out the next day that they didn't get any snow, and that's the way it is. So now the people got overstocked in food, so now they're going to overeat and all that kind of stuff. Speaking of overeat, man, I have really done it over the holidays. So the one news station will say, yeah, it looks like we might get a dust into an inch, and the next news station says, well, we got to make it more interesting than that. We got to, you know, let's give it 2 to 4 inches. So they do 2 to 4. Then the next station hears they got 2 to 4. We got to make ours interesting. Let's make ours 4 to 6. And by the time they go around the round a couple times, next thing you know, I've heard up to a foot of snow already here for this weekend. And I bet we don't get, I'd like to see a foot of snow. I want to try this beast out. So that's why I want to work on the bumper more. But anyhow, that's just, it doesn't make any difference to me. You're going to get what you're going to get, and you're going to have to deal with it. I don't have to go anywhere, so who gives a hoot? I don't have to split wood in it. I don't have to do, it's all I got to do is feed the boiler and keep electricity here. If I think it's going to be that bad, I'll bring the generator up. And still looking into solar. Anyhow, let me show you what I had to do on this bracket, and what I'm doing on this bracket. We'll start there. This is very close here. And see this? You can't see that bolt down there, I don't think. It's so close to here, you can't spin that bolt. It's up against this. Because remember on a past video, I milled these at 1/8 of an inch, so I would get this at a height that I liked a little bit better, at an angle that I liked a little bit better. Anyhow, what I decided to do, and what I already did on this one, because it was already out, is I milled, I don't know what you call it. I think you'll be able to see it. See where I got this mill, I guess there. You can see where I milled that out, so that screw. And what I decided I'm going to do is all these here, these other two turn on both sides. I got to mill that other one out. The bolts in here that you got to go to, there's the easy one to get to. The other two are tucked in between this piece here and this piece here, hidden down in there. When I got this bracket off, I'm going to weld those bolts on there, and hopefully it'll alleviate that problem, because then I can just screw it in. So I'm going to I hope to get that far done today, get them cleaned off again a little bit. I have to go over to the Bobcat dealer and get some. I also still have to drill the final holes, those 3 holes that go into that frame. So that's that on that. What else was I going to show you? Oh, we'll go down. Are you getting dizzy yet? we'll go down and show you the wood that I brought up yesterday. Pretty nice wood. I try to bring about a cord up at a time. This is cord point 1, 33. There's 33 there, 33 there, and a half here. And no, yeah, that's a shy half. Because this is a pallet rack. You see how they're starting to rot out? That's why I went to treated ones down there. But I do like these better than those. Don't ask me why. Maybe because they hold more or whatever. But the newer styles, remember, fit over a little bit further. Same height. I'm pretty sure they're the same height. There's one back there. But it was so nasty getting this wood up. I didn't. It just, you know, when you're moving with the Bobcat, it just doesn't work. I can't steer it with one hand on the camera and one hand here. I'm not going to get a chest held thing or any of that kind of nonsense. Not just yet, anyway. If you're curious about the repairs, if you saw that video, it seems to be working pretty good. The blower's blowing right now, and I don't see any smoke coming out there. But this thing here, once it's fired up, I'll tell you what, it's out of wood. Either that or it just came on, because I don't have any stack temperature up there. We'll take a look. Yeah, we just got a little bit of coals in there. We'll turn that off and throw a couple pieces of wood in here. Like I said, that's why I like these racks. They're nice and close. I can't pick them up. They're so heavy. Not with one hand. These are nice sized chunks of oak. This is a lot better looking wood than the last wood I just pulled up. It's also, I can't get that one. Can't get it with one hand. Now we got some smoke. You guys know when you put fresh wood in the boiler, they smoke. Can't get that one. I might be able to get this one. This one looks like a little one with a good handhold. And if I stack it up across that one, that'll act like a... Now if I throw the blower back on, it'll be a forge in there in about 5 minutes. It won't take long for that to set off with that air going in there. Once it comes to flame, it'll start burning the smoke off. That's what those gasifiers do. They just give it more oxygen, and I can boost up the oxygen on it, but it'll clear up. No point in letting heat out the front door, but before all that smoke was coming out up there through that 1/4 inch gap up there. So we're doing pretty good now. It'll take a couple minutes to get stack temperature, but it'll come up. I don't think I'm gonna come back and show you. We're at 8 minutes. Let me show you what's going on next. End of the year, beginning of the new year. You guys know I write down all the information if you're interested. That's not a very efficient boiler. You know, 25 years ago when I put it together, didn't really know what we were doing. There was no internet to say, how do you build this? How do you do that? How about this? How about that? You just kind of wing it. The guy has not gotten me back. I called him today on the chain, has not gotten back to me on those SD, sawdust drag chains. So we're still working on that. Now we're in the scale room, in the nameplate room. Anyhow, here's my chart on what's going on. I don't know if you can read it. Looks like you might be able to. I'll try to aim down on it. This is November. I started the boiler on the 11th, went to the 30th. I used a half cord. Oh, that's when I took it out, a half cord. I only record what I take out. So some of this, it might have used a little bit more of this first one that went out in December up there, but I only count it when I take a crate away. So there might have been a little bit more there. So then in December, okay, 25, 0.50, 0.50, 0.33, 0.50, 0.33, 0.33, came to, this is year to date, it's a half a cord. Then down here, 2.74 cords in the month of December, plus that gives me year to date of 3.24 cords, and that's full cords, that ain't face cords. Then there's my fuel oil in the tank, meet hour readings, and here it is again, the beginning of January 1st. So that's just what's going on. I haven't taken, I just put those crates up yesterday, so I haven't taken any out. This is where I keep track of all my hour meters and mileage on all the vehicles here. So that's what that's going on. I think that covers it. I also stick the oil tank, just because that's what I do. Stick the oil tank every month to see where we're at in the oil tank department. If you got an outdoor air conditioning and it's not a heat pump, I also do the disconnect up here on the air conditioner. What a lot of people don't know, there's 1100 watt heater in these things to keep the oil dry. So I just take out the disconnect. You should have a disconnect within like 2 or 3 feet of the unit. There's a heater in there to keep your refrigerant oil warm or keep the moisture out of it. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But all winter long, that thing stays on. It does two things. It makes mice want to go in there and bed down, which they're probably already in there. And I haven't started catching mice this year. And it also uses, this one here is 1100 watts. So that's 1100, that's 100 watt light bulbs running pretty much non-stop. I don't know, that's a lot. So I think there's a big current running. Also working on the Buick. I thought I saw something under there. No. My gas shocks, which, are you dizzy yet? Hold the hood up, have gone bad. So I ordered new ones. I got to go in town and get them. And I don't have any heat in the car, so I think I might pull these hoses apart. These are the heater hoses that go down to the heater core to make sure the core is not clogged up. Yeah, it looks a little low in there, doesn't it? Huh. Maybe I'll have to add some. Maybe it's eaten. Let's see what's in here. Haven't checked it in ever. Well, maybe I'll add a little bit. Looks like it might be low. But I still think that heater core, I don't know, the engine heats up. Now, as for the squirrels, why I shoot squirrels while I'm here. See the yellow tape? They chewed it up. Here, here, and here. You can't see the tape where they chewed it up down there. That went to the crank sensor. Okay. Then the blue was another time. I change colors every time. The blue was another time they ate it up here, here, and here, and down there. Then another time they just ate that there. And that's why I don't keep, when you have that shroud over this thing, which I like to keep it on, I mean, it'd be nice to, they like to nest under it. And it is squirrels because I've literally opened the hood and had 2 of them come out. So I know it's the squirrels. Okay, they also ate up in the back too. They ate up something that went to the gas tank, because when they ate those lines going to the gas tank neck or something like that, they also ate the brake sensor lines up back there. But your check engine light came on when they ate up those lines in the back. So where am I now? I think that about wraps it up. So I'm gonna go pull this bracket off this side. I guess I'll keep you along for that. Take it apart, put it in the mill. It's kind of slow and boring, but it'll take me probably half hour, 45 minutes to do that. It's very time consuming to do little knick-knack stuff. I can take it off. It's cold out here. Did I tell you it was cold out here? It's like 37 degrees and breezy. There's about where we're at. I don't think it'll take anything for me to get that bracket off. It's the little bit of machine work. Little bit of machine work that's going to take the time. Also got the bracket held on with this. Oh, guess what? We ain't taking that off with my fingers. This isn't exactly the proper tool for this, but it will get it. It will do it. So I guess it's a proper tool if it does it. Maybe it won't get it because I can't get the angle. Maybe I missed it enough I can get it. Oh, nope. Ooh. Well, that's kind of frustrating. If I open it up, maybe I can get it more. You're looking at a nitwit. Well, I guess it wasn't the proper tool after all. Man, I'll be back in a minute. I do remember tightening it. And I used something, but I don't remember what I used to tighten it. I didn't mean to get these pliers either. But they'll work. One bracket. But see how this is so close up here? If I put a bolt and try to put a nut on there, I won't be able to turn it. So now without any of the tools here, because I put them all away because it was raining yesterday, I got to take those out. Be back in a minute. Boy, I really get prepared for these videos, don't I? I am the most prepared person that ever was. We'll bring you over here. I do kind of like this new little lightweight stand, though. It seems to work pretty good for moving around. That big one, I think it's at one of the sawmills. The problem that I was saying is you can't turn this one because it hits this piece here. Sawmill, and this one here looks pretty close. Oops, I turn it on the other side. I want to be able to just turn it here. Ugh. No, that's hitting too. It's probably hitting on that other one, but not enough that I care about. But you'll see what I mean. See how it's got a spot right there, which would lock it, would keep you possibly from getting it all the way tight. This one here, remember I cut 1/8 of an inch angle off that. I did it in a video, but if you don't watch all the videos, or maybe don't make it to the end or something like that, yeah, I guess this one here could be touched up also. So now we're going over to the mill. I'll put you in about as close as I can get you. Maybe you'll be able to figure out what kind of mess I'm into. Let me raise this thing up. That doesn't look too bad. I like to turn on the light, but that might, yeah, that kind of screws up the thing. I don't really need the light for this. Now to put that in, just mill it, it'd be fine. Oh, a little hint for holding your, I can't think of what these things are called. These little plates in there. I just use packing stuff. Alright, get that out of the way. Now see, you got to line that up. You guys can't see that. Let me bring you over here. To line that up so you're in the right spot, right? I got to take this off, and the tool's over there. And now the what do you call it's in the way? The tripod, this thing here, Why is that moving so easy? Something's, oh, there. No, this thing's messed up. Oh well, maybe this one bit the dust. Anyhow, you can't just go like that. You got to be out here and go in, and then you got to know that you're in alignment with where you want to be in alignment. So, not that this is critical. And okay, off goes that direction. You got to lock the spindle. Take that out. Came out. Put these drill bits away because they're in the way and I'm not going to use but one of them. None of these anyway. Alright, now I need the chuck in there. It didn't go in right. There it goes. There. Now I don't need it to be real strong. Turn it because it's got burrs on it and you don't want the... So now I got to go that way and start coming down and seeing where that hole is. There. So now I'm pretty confident of where that hole is. So now, yeah, I did sneak it out of there. Now I put that in there. Put this back up in there. We will lock it in place. Okay. Now, I'm not going to change this direction. Change that direction. Go down until I hit and come in. I might be hitting there. Lock that in. And now I'll start cutting. I got to put safety glasses on. These make some really nasty little splinters that will just tear you up. So, with that in mind, I'll put this little, maybe it will keep me from getting totally blasted with this stuff. Alright, I got to turn on the thing, make it squeal. Turn it on here. Unlock the shaft so it can go. You're just hearing that. See what that looks like. I think that's got it. I think that's got it. Now we'll raise that back up. See that little doodad I put in there? If the nut can go around in there, then I'll be alright. And that spins. See this one here, I got to do that too. So now I got to switch that over. So that's what I'm going to do. Then I'm going to, I don't know what I'm going to probably try to put them on and finish that. So it got to do, I'm going to do both of them. I think I'll take the other one out and do both of them too, just to make it so it's right. I don't have to do this one as deep though. This one here I had to hit the back. This one here I'm just going to touch it a little bit. So anyhow, that's what I'm up to. So I'm glad you stopped by. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Because I am busy working on things. And I want to get this thing, I want to get the bumper bolted in place in there. Because if the snow's coming in, I want to use this machine and I don't want to take all that nonsense in the back down. But I know because that side was down further than this side by a hair, I got to take it apart and cut that washer down there a ½ inch off that washer because I ran out of threads to lower it. I didn't think I was going to have to lower it down this much. I'm also going to indicate it off this pipe with that. I showed you in one of the past movies that height gauge thing that I had. So I want to use that to get that in place. So it's coming along. I haven't forgot about it. It's just working on the boiler took me 2 days, I guess, or a day and a half. No, it took me all day, but I worked into it tonight. So anyhow, got a lot of stuff going on. So I'll get back with you hopefully tomorrow. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave me a comment how you feel about the weathermen and how close they are compared to, well, I don't know how old you are. I remember, well, I'm 72, so back when I was 10, waiting to see if I could stay out of school, how close they were in other words, how close the forecast was then and how close the forecast is now in comparison to all the high-tech equipment they have to forecast it. That's what I'm curious about. Anyhow, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.